Spider back again with another game just for you. How you doing? Hope all of you are doing really well today. We are going to have some fun making a tiny town. Yes, this is called Tiny Towns. It is a cute yet really puzzling game. Yes, we gotta use our noodles and put on our thinking caps in order to get the best possible score we can. Now, as far as this game goes, it is 1 to 6 players. It takes roughly 45 minutes. If you're playing by yourself, it doesn't take that long, unless if you have like really deep thoughts. And the age, about 14 and up. I think you could get away with a younger audience, but me, I've only played this game by myself, which suits me fine because, well, I like solo play games. And on the back, we have a bit of an overview. So, you are the mayor of a tiny town in the forest, where the smaller creatures of the woods have created a civilization hidden away from predators. This new land is small, and the resources are scarce. You take what you can get, and never say no to building materials. Cleverly plan and construct a thriving town, and don't let it fill up with wasted resources. Whoever builds the most prosperous tiny town wins. Yes, so the concept is very, very simple, but it's puzzly, and we're going to go into that, of course, in just a bit. Now, opening this up, we, of course, have our instructions, nice and large, and very, very simple to follow. It's only like 3 big pages, and I'm going to be playing the solo variant, naturally. And we also have, we have various resource cards, whether it be wood or stone, brick, wheat, and I think glass is the additional one. Yes, we've got glass as well. And for each one of these cards, we also have these little blocks, which we're going to need later. And, of course, we have all sorts of various structures that we can build. We have chapels and farms and some things that I don't use because there's a lot of replayability and variation that comes into play. I believe this is a theater and farms and wells and houses, well, cottages. And then at the end, we keep our score. I'm not very good at the game, but I like it nonetheless. And we have our blueprint cards as well. So for this particular structure, which is a chapel, you need glass and you also need stone in order to build a chapel. Now the problem, they didn't lie when they said that you have a small plot of land to work with. It's just a 4x4 grid. Now the idea, I know I'm flying through this, I'm a bit wired on coffee right now. The idea is to build these structures on here with your resources in a strategic way so that all of the spaces on this grid are filled up with buildings by the end of the game. Very difficult to do, but a fun challenge. And yeah, so that pretty much covers the gist of things. So let's get ourselves situated and set up, and let's see just how well I can do today. I don't know, we'll see. Alrighty, so I'm all set up to play. These cards here, these are the blueprint cards for our various structures. And these are the cards that they recommend for a more or less beginner's gameplay, which I am, so that's what we're going to do. Now, the cards that we have that we can build the various things, we've got wells, farms, chapels, cottages, taverns, theaters, and factories. And as you can see, you've got little block formations, which can either be flipped or turned or mirrored. As long as the configuration of the blocks matches, you can put it down, okay, with these little resource blocks. Now, they have different interactions with each other. For instance, Cottages. Well, cottages are pretty simple to build. You just need a brick, a glass, and I believe that's a wheat. Now, here's the thing. You get 3 points if the building is fed. That's where the farms come into place. If you build a farm, it feeds 4 buildings anywhere in your town. Well, then you have the wells. The wells, it gets 1 point for every adjacent cottage. So there's an interplay going on, okay? Then chapels. Chapels, you get 1 point for every cottage that is being fed. Taverns, it's based on its own construction, and they can be placed anywhere. The more taverns you have, the more points you get. 1 tavern, 2 points. 2 taverns, 5 points, and so on and so forth. And I love how the information is all on the card. It helps me considerably. Theaters. For theaters, you get 1 point for each other unique building type in the same row and column as the theater. So you can be a little strategic about that. Factories, well, when you've constructed one, you place 1 of the 5 resources onto the factory, and then when another placer names this resource, you may place a different resource instead. Since I don't play with other players, generally I don't even bother going with the factory. It would be helpful if I need to place a resource down, but I don't want to place it on an empty square. That would be the only real advantage of that. It doesn't get you a lot of points, but it does give you some leeway as far as where to put your resources. That's my understanding of it anyway. So, going to give my various resources a good shuffle, and then we will get started. And it's been a while since I've played this, but I did play a round of it prior to filming, and I scored 21 points, which is not fabulous, but it's not dismal either. And as far as the scoring is concerned, 21 points, that made me a carpenter. The game that I played before that, I got 29 points, which made me an engineer. So there's, varying levels and, success rate and so forth. 9 or less, you are an aspiring architect. Well, let's see if we can do better than that today. Okay, so for solo play, going to lay out 3 cards, glass, wheat, and wood. And I need to pick one and, one of the resources, the corresponding resources, and place the block down and then draw a new card. Now, as far as what to start with, good question. Very good question. Starting is always tricky, Now, I think let's start with the wood so that I can start with a farm so that I can make sure that my cottages, when I build them, will be fed. So let's start with a wood, and I will place that over here in the corner. And then I take the same card, put it face down, back to the bottom of the pile, and then draw another one. Okay, we have another wheat. Okay, well, that helps us if we want to go for the farm, because I need 2 wheat and 2 wood in order to build the farm. So since I have the most wheat right now, I think I'm going to play a wheat. And I'm going to play that right here, I think. Right there. Back to the bottom, draw a new card. Ooh, see, with the glass, wheat, and brick, I could build a cottage. Always a good thing. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the glass, and I'm gonna play it in a corner, I think. Nice and out of the way. New card, wood. Ooh, this is good. This is very good, because I could play the wood here and then the wheat here, and then I could get a farm anywhere in these 4. So I'm going to do that. Play the wood. Grab one of you. Plop you right there. Play a new card. A stone. Haven't had any stone yet, but you know what? To save space, I'm going to play the wheat. right there. And so I can take those 4 blocks off the board, and I can put the farm in any one of those 4 blocks. Again, I think I want to keep it out of the way. I'm not sure that I want to put it in the corner, but filling up the corners is kind of advantageous because it's hard to build in them later. So I think I'm just going to put my farm right in the corner there. And there you go. That frees up some space. Always a good thing. And play a new card. Okay, so now I've got 2 stone and a brick. Okay. Well, decisions, right? I could apply the brick towards that glass so that I could eventually make a cottage. I could do that, but I think it would be a smarter move to perhaps use the stone somehow so that I could either get a well or a chapel or a theater or a factory. Decisions. See, this is where the thinky aspect comes into play. Well, wells are good, but only if they're adjacent to cottages. I don't have any cottages yet. Chapel wouldn't be a bad move. You know what? Because with the chapel, the stone is in a corner. Let's put the stone in this corner right here. Get rid of you. Draw a new card. Wood. Okay. Well, with the wood, I could put it with the stone, get a well right off the bat, but again, I don't have any cottages as of yet. What I could do is I could play a secondary stone in a way that I could try to build the chapel. So if I put the stone here or here, that could work, but I would need 2 glass blocks though. Tricksy. But you know what? I think I'm going to risk it. Let's do the stone. And I'm going to put that right there. Replace you. Uh-oh. Another stone. Okay. Again, tricksy. You know what? I think I'm going to use a little bit of foresight, and I'm going to play another stone, and I'm going to play it here, I think, in the idea of maybe making a well. That's my idea. Brick, huh? Actually, oh no, by putting that there, ooh, that's a whole bunch of no good. I shouldn't have put the stone there because now I've blocked off the possibility of making a cottage. Oh, that was not smart. However, what I could do is I could play these 2 bricks and I could create a tavern though. That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad, nor would it be terrible. Or I could play the wood right here and I could make a well. I think I'm going to do that instead. So if I put the stone next to the wood, I could build a well right there. Okay, so that was the wood. Draw a new card. We have wheat and we have brick. Very nice. So what I would want to do in this case is I would want my cottage to end up here so that it's next to the well. We can do that. We have the technology. So let's play, I think let's play the wheat actually. Let's play the wheat and we'll play it right there. And then another glass. Okay. Well, you know what? I think the glass I should apply towards the chapel, though. So, yeah, let's do the brick. Play the brick there, and then we're going to change these three into a cottage right there. So now I've got a watered and a fed cottage. Very, very nice. And we are all set. Ooh, we've got 2 glass. This is perfect because then I can make the chapel. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna play 1 glass right there. Sorry, I told you I'm like really wired on coffee right now. I know I'm not I'm usually shaky, but not this shaky, so I do apologize in advance. All right, so I played 1 glass, got another brick. Okay, so right off the bat and out of the gate, gonna play the 2nd glass, and I'm gonna play it there, and that way we can get ourselves a chapel. So grab you. Now, I think it would actually be not a bad idea to play the chapel right next to the farm. Replace that card. Okay, so we've got a wood. Well, what to do? And we've got bricks. Well, I've got 2 bricks and 1 wood. If I had 2 bricks and 1 glass, I could make a tavern. That is not the case, though. All right, what I'm tempted to do is actually, I think I want to build another cottage right there. So in that case, let's use a brick, put it right in there, in the hopes that I'll get a wheat and a glass. Well, I've got a wheat, and the wheat I could put there, and then the glass I could put there. That's the thinking, you know, as it were. So put that there. Ah, we got a glass. This is perfect. This is beautiful. This is lovely. So if I put the glass there, I can then put my cottage there, right in the corner. So now we have 2 houses fed by a well, which is awesome because that'll grant us 2 points. And it was the blue. I think I just did the blue. I think I did just play the blue. You know, it's sometimes hard to keep track of things. So play a new card. Now, keeping in mind though that 1 farm can only feed 4 cottages. We already have 2. You know what? I could try for another farm, or I could try for a theater, which might not be a bad idea. That is a possibility. In that case, what I think I'll do is maybe try to build a theater here, perhaps, because these are 2 different buildings. That's a different building. That might not be a bad idea. And I do have 2 woods. I would just need a stone and a glass in order to get the theater. I think I'm going to go with that. So wood, plop you in the corner right there. Wheat. That doesn't help us much. Trixie. Well, what I could do is I could try to build a tavern somewhere. I could try to build a tavern here. That might not be a bad idea. So let's try that maybe. So I'll put a brick right in the corner here. Well, in between these 2 anyway. I could try this. See if it doesn't backfire on me. I don't know. We'll find out. Stone. Ooh, yes, we do need a stone, and we need to put it right there, but that means that I can't build the tavern. What else could I do with stone? You know what? Let's play the additional wood first. So the stone, sorry, the wood would go there. Another stone. Okay, okay. Well then. So, yeah, I'm going to play the stone because I've got like a surplus of stones right now. So we'll play the stone there. Now I just need a glass. I just need a glass! No! Another stone. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, well, we do what we can, and we work with it. You know what I could do? I could put another well here in the corner, perhaps. I could try that, because if I put a well in the corner, this house, see, with the well, you get 1 point for each adjacent cottage. Well, if I have a well here, this one would count twice. That's my understanding anyway. So I'm kind of tempted to do that. So let's use a stone in the corner and pray. A wood. I don't need another wood, but I'll take it. All right, so we will do that. We will get another well. And we will plop you right there. Okay, and that was the wood that I just used. A wheat. No, I need a glass! I need glass! Oh, God. Well, you know what I could do is I could try to do another cottage right here. That would definitely help. So let's do that. We'll use a wheat. And where do I want to put the wheat? I think I'm actually going to put it here. The only problem is that I would need a glass for the cottage as well. Brick. Okay, well, the brick, I could plop that right there, and then I just need the glass here. So I think I'm going to do that. Brick. We have a glass! Finally! Okay, this is good. This is molto bene. So by putting that configuration there, I can get the theater, yes, and I'm going to put the theater right in the corner, which is awesome sauce. That was the glass. Because right now, this frees up, by playing the theater, it frees up that red one. I would like to do a tavern there if possible. And so there's 1, 2, 3. So that theater grants me 3 points right away. This is fabulous. New card. Ooh, another glass. I see another cottage in my future. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to play the glass right there, and that grants me another cottage, which I'm going to put right smack dab next to the well. That was the glass. Ooh, ooh, that is good, because we need another brick and a glass in order to get a tavern, which would really help us out point-wise. So I think I'm going to do that. Play the brick right there. And pray for glass. No, we have a wheat. Okay, well, we do what we can. Trixie, Trixie. Now, if I can do an additional couple of different buildings here, that would really help me. Maybe another well. That would not necessarily be a bad idea. Another thing that I could try is yet another cottage, but put it here perhaps. Or another farm. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea either. Tricksy, tricksy. Want to use some of this wheat. That I do. See, the problem is I have sort of like this weird L shape here. I could try to do another cottage, and I do have the farm capability of doing another cottage because my farm is already taking care of 3 cottages. So I think I might do that. I think I might. So, you know what? Let's play my wheat right there and draw anew. Ooh, okay. Glass. That would help us out if I wanted to do another cottage anywhere in this vicinity, because I would need the glass there. Ooh, wait, what am I talking about? I can build the tavern because, ooh, that works out very nice. And it frees up these 3 blocks. So that was the glass. And we are going to play the tavern right in that spot there. See? Strategy, Tetrisy, strategy, resource management. I love it. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 points for that one theater. It's a beautiful thing. Next card, wood, huh? Okay. Well, with the wood and the stone, I could do another well right there, or I could try with the wheat and the wood to do another farm, although it's not entirely necessary at the moment because I haven't even hit the 4 yet. I'm thinking perhaps another well. That would be a safer bet, and it would grant me another point for the theater. So I think I'm going to do that. So let's play the wood right there. And I can play the stone right there. And then get myself another well. Plop you right down there. Nice. Fresh card and another wood. Well, if I want to do another cottage, it would almost behoove me to do another cottage right there, actually, because then I could get a twofer, if you will. So I might do that. The only way that I could do that, though, is by putting the brick right here, and then I would have to wait for glass. That could mess me up. That could definitely mess me up. If I put the brick here and then a glass there, I could sort of free up that space. That might not be bad. Or I could try to build another well here. I'm stuck. I'm stuck with my decisions here. Oh dear. And Dios míos. Okay. You know what? All right, I think I'm gonna play wood here and keep our fingers crossed for a good card. Ooh, stone. Yes, actually, that is not bad, because if I play the stone there, I can then remove those 2 and do another well right there. That was the stone. Another stone, huh? Okay. Well, if I want to do another cottage here or here, the brick would have to be here. And that could really, 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 really mess me up, because it puts the kibosh on any future moves, really. I don't know. We're working on it though. I don't know. We'll see what we can do with this. Okay, so another alternative though is to use the wheat here in the hopes that I can maybe make another farm, but I don't have any wood. I have enough wheat, but I would need 2 wood in order for it to work. Because I'm afraid of putting the brick here. That is my ultimate fear. So I think I'm going to do that because the secondary wheat can go there without messing up a cottage. And because if I put a brick here, I'm not going to have a good day. So let's try that and see if it is to our advantage or not. Wood. Ah, okay. Okay. Strategery. Okay, see, I could put the wood here and still manage to be able to play a cottage if I don't get another wood or glass. So, you know what? Let's try that. So the wood, going to play it there and keep our little digits crossed. We need a wood or a glass. Ugh! That is exactly what we didn't want. We did not want a wheat, but that is exactly what we got. Charming. Okay. Well, that being said, my options are kind of limited. So, that being said, I could do another stone next to the wood and produce another well, although, to what end? What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to play the brick here, and then again, I will need either a glass or a wood on the next draw. Otherwise, I'm at a loss. So I'm gonna go for broke. Let's play the brick. Right there. And keep your fingers crossed for me. It's another brick. Oh no. No. There is nothing I can do. Well, almost nothing I can do. See, if this one were glass, I could play the brick and I could make another tavern, but I can't. Okay, there's one, like, slight more thing that I can actually do, which would be to play the stone next to the wood, create another well, and maybe be able to get a glass on the next turn so that I can make another cottage. Maybe. That's my reasoning. That's kind of where I'm going. So, you know what? Because I want to keep playing, I think that that's what I'm going to do. So, the stone, play it there, then grab those 2, place the well there, which it's not doing us any good sitting right there, but what can you do? Yes! Yes, 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 yes! We have a glass. Okay, that is super awesome because that gives us another building. So, but the trick is, where do I want to put it though? Not entirely sure. I mean, I could put it here, or here, or here. Ooh, actually, if I put it here, I get the benefit of 2 wells. I think I'm going to do that, actually. So grab you, and put the cottage right there. Okay. So I've got two little spots left over. Can we do anything? Okay. Oh, the irony. I've got the makings for another cottage, except for the fact that that block is, well, blocked off. so perhaps I should have put the cottage there instead. I can't go back, unfortunately. So, that being said, I'm not gonna cheat. No, I'm not gonna cheat. I could, but I'm not going to. So that being said, there's really nothing I can do with what I currently have. The only 2 blocks, it's a 2-space, bit that's open, which means it's 2 blocks, and I don't have a stone or a wood, so unfortunately, that's going to have to count as dead space, which is a shame. But that is as far as I can go. So right now it's a matter of tallying up my points and see what we have. Okay, so now let's tally up our points. So, starting off with, well, the farms, they just make sure that our cottages are fed. I can move that to the side there. And then, let's see, let's do the theater. Okay, so with the theater, you get 1 point for each unique building type in the same row and column as the theater. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points from that theater. Not bad. That's kind of respectable, I would say, because in a previous game, I only obtained 4 points for that theater. So not bad. I would say that is respectable. Okay, for the tavern, based on the number of constructed taverns, I only had 1, so that nets me 2 points. Okay. Again, not terrible. Okay, I do have a chapel, and the chapel, you get 1 point for every cottage that is being fed, so that nets me 4 points. Not bad. Okay, the cottages, we'll do those next. Now I've got 4 cottages. You get 3 points if the building is being fed. And we didn't override the maximum for the farm. So that being said, 3 times 4 is 12 for my cottages. Actually, I'm going to leave those there for now. Okay, I did not build a factory, unfortunately, but I didn't think I was going to anyway. And then last but not least, we have the wells. Now, I don't know if this is construed as cheating or not, because I count them twice if a well is adjacent to, more than one cottage. You tell me, what is your opinion on this? So as far as the wells, you get 1 point. I mean, this is exactly what it says. You get 1 point for each adjacent cottage. And we have adjacent cottages, etc., etc. So I think it kind of counts. You tell me. So, oh, and also I did not build a monument. Okay, so let's see. This well would be 1 point. This well, okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If that makes sense, because, I mean, this well is negligible, no adjacent cottages, but this well, we've got 1. This well, we have 2. This well, we have 3, and this well, we have 2. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If my reasoning is sound, I think it is. So, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. So, that being said, okay, so 12 plus 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18, plus 5 is, let's see, that's 13, so that's 23, plus 8, 11, 4, no. Oh dear, so 18 sorry, 18 plus 5. Okay, so that's 23, yes, plus 8, 11, so that's 31. Okay, so that gets me with 31, but here's the kicker. You have to subtract a point for every spot that doesn't have a building on it, which is a total of 1, 2, and 3. So minus 3, so that would be 28, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so 28 points. That's not bad. That would be engineer. 25 to 31 is engineer. Not bad. You know, I'm not complaining. You know, it's certainly not the best, certainly not the worst. But I really, really like this game, in case you couldn't tell. Now, as I was saying before about variation and further possibilities for gameplay. Now, there are a whole bunch of other blueprint cards that you can play. Now, like I said before, the layout of the various blueprints that I used, I picked those specific cards because it said, you know, that's for a relatively easy game. But what you can do is take the cards based on the buildings, the building type. Like this would be the tavern, but it's not necessarily a tavern. That would be a factory. That would be I'm not even sure what that was. This would be a farm. Now, like in another game, or this would be a well. In another game, what would be a well could be a fountain. You get 2 points if adjacent to another one. A millstone, 2 points if adjacent to a farm, or, what is that? Oh, a theater. Okay, or a theater. And this one, a shed, 1 point. It may be constructed on any empty square in your town. Or this version, that would be an orchard instead of a farm. There are a lot of different variations. And of course, yes, this I think is a blast playing solo, but you can play with up to 6 people. And of course, everybody's going to have their own different strategy of how they do their sort of Tetrising, if you will. I think it is a lot of fun. And well, I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did. Alrighty, so that is going to conclude my play and review, if you will, of Tiny Towns. I think it's a lot of fun. I do really like the attention to the various, the details and so forth. I mean, I love these little wooden pieces. It's a nice touch. You know, to me, it's better than plastic. And I do appreciate that these are little wooden things. The colors, they're nice and vibrant, and there's a ton of replayability here. I think it's a lot of fun, and it gets the noodle going. I dig that. I do. It's difficult, but not impossible. There's a lot of different possibilities and strategies of how you can use your resources to create buildings and so forth. I think it's a lot of fun. And also, I'm going to put an affiliate link in down below. So if you're interested in purchasing this game and helping out the channel at the same time, there you go. It is, I believe, about $35 through the affiliate link. And so if you're interested in checking it out, go for it. And like I said, also, it would help out the channel too, and I would really appreciate that. Let me know what you think of this game. And also, tell me about any other types of games that can be played solo. If you're interested in seeing those on this channel as well. Always open to suggestions, most definitely. And you know what to do until next time, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, perhaps not as caffeinated as I was during this episode. I was drinking, I believe it was Biohazard coffee. No joke, that is the name. I'm wired, I know. I've said this already. I apologize for my shakiness today, but I try to mitigate that somewhat in other videos. I hope you liked it anyway. And if you did, give a little thumbs up button down below. Would really, really appreciate it. And until next time, you have a fabulous day, and I will catch you in my next video. Have a great day, everybody, and bye for now.